They just some haters that be ready to switch. I'm remembering names and I'm making a list. And I'm checking it twice cause they yes I'm get. The real ones behind cause fake ones start shit. My family's all balanced but I'm on my shit. My tactics are dirty, my fingers are muddy, but that's how I like it, they made me like this. I'm all in my bed but I'm solid with it. But I see that just caused a whole bunch of risk. So I just hit my blunt so a nigga won't trip. If I pop me an addy, I'm really gon' flip. I roll with some snakes and I love them to death. Till they shot me in my heart and my head. What good is the love if they stress you to death? Without them you'll do so much better than them. I got a new mission, that's why I won't quit. Just like the mamba, I preach excellence. Just so my daughters can get all the chips. They won't be reduced to selling pussy lips. Can't speak for my sister cause she thought 10. Cause she been passed around all in the wig. But I never beef with my siblings for nothing. If I smoke them, they calling me a lunatic. It won't be for clout, I won't feel ashamed. It be because I do not play in their games. It be because I love the peace of the mind. I hate wasting my time cause that blows up my brain. Everything grew, I was destined to change. I hate you fuck niggas, I'm glad for your pain. Can't keep a dollar you made in a day. Hope you know money don't erase the pain. Until your OGs, I'm thanking you now. Would be too lost without the lessons you found. I copied your movies, I studied your style. I studied the legends, now who am I now? Fuck if you feel me, I toot my own horn. I ain't going for bullshit, refuse to be scorned. The shit gon' be different, I changed my intentions. I promise to take the throne where I belong. My family been counting me out. They just some haters that be ready to switch. I'm remembering names and I'm making a list. And I'm checking it twice cause they yes I'm get. The real ones behind cause fake ones start shit. My family's all balanced but I'm on my shit. My tactics are dirty, my fingers are muddy, but that's how I like it, they made me like this. They made me like this.
I just poured something in my cup. I just want something I can feel. Promise I ain't never letting up. Money in your phone don't make it real. Footage is on their neck, I got them stuck. I'ma give them something they can feel. If it ain't about the squads, I gives a fuck. Pistol in your hand don't make you real.
Some generations, I'm talking 2000, disco plus some 80s. I know it sound crazy like Black Brady Bunch, but them niggas greedy and never shed lunch. I had a long talk with my conscience, you know that if I stare their closed doors, I miss the one open. I keep my butt blazing so I won't lose focus. I wish niggas would have that knowledge for real. Too many niggas is living in hell. Just being black is enough to be killed. We coming from a long bloodline of drama. I was raised by the streets, so I'm bound to be skilled. Discount my sister cause she's a wholesale. Plus a few brothers cause they are poison. Because of my family, I was set up to fail. But in the end, I was the one to prevail. I was set up to sell.
I just poured something in my cup. I just want something I can feel. Promise I ain't never letting up. Money in your phone don't make it real. Footage is on their neck, I got them stuck. I'ma give them something they can feel. If it ain't about the squads, I gives a fuck. Pistol in your hand don't make you real. Life is crazy, I can't lie. I'm like a wounded bird trying, but I can't fly. Got some complaints about life, but who am I? And this pain that I'm feeling hurting deep inside. Don't know what to do, don't know my next move. It's hard to get a signal, I can't send my text. Probably busy with the next dude, and I gotta respect dude. This is hard for me to get through. I done made a mess too. I try to live without regrets too. I got some kind of nerve, who am I to test you? I ain't really living by the trip and get the fuck up out the booth. But things start going good, act a hella fool. I know you coming to my rescue. I like the way when things bad and you step through. Trying to give a little advice to my nephew. The same shit I told him I need help too. Life ain't never been hell-proof. I'ma speak the truth, I don't know what they telling you. I'm trying to be a better dude, get a bunch of better news. And I'ma bust my ass until they let us through. I've been on my grind for a long time. I will never hustle for the wrong dime. You sleeping then you don't shine. You looking for a gold mine. And this is truth, this is no rhyme. Being a loser, I can't do it. That's why I get up and hustle every day, man. Even when the odds are against me, man, I gotta go. wasting your time with this shit. Maybe I am, maybe I ain't. Let me be the judge of that shit. Party the beat.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Mm-hmm.
We in the building, man. Boss, and you know who that is. It's the legend.
Yo.
Welcome to the Viberoom, a special edition of the Viberoom. This live was requested by the homie Chloe. I guess she heard the song Your Fault and heard this crazy motherfucking rapping. I don't know. We finna find out. She should be in the door in a minute. What's going on, Leslie? How you feeling?
What's good, Leslie?
Who else that is? Marlene, 13.
Marlene, how are you doing this evening?
Appreciate you for sliding through. She came from John Q's page.
Yeah. Chloe!
Yeah, I appreciate you for sliding through. Speaking of John Q, let me shout out my dog real quick. Just in case y'all have not attended or been to the homies page or haven't subscribed. Shame on you, because I done told you. I done told you 100 times.
Yes.
Y'all make sure y'all go check him out, man, for real. He got a couple of different podcasts. He do his discussions, which is called Table Talk. And he also get down to the meat, to the nitty gritty, which is called Cue the Truth.
Jay Thrash on the track. Hey, let's go.
Yeah, that was John Q, Cue the Truth. Y'all make sure y'all tune in and go subscribe to his page. And be looking out for Blake 2 dropping October 26th.
3 weeks away. We on the way.
Y'all in for a treat. What up, Chloe?
Hey.
What's
going
up?
on?
Oh, man. See, remember how y'all used to always ask me, why y'all don't announce when you're going live? If I don't do it spur of the moment, shit happens. That's all
What
it
you talking
is.
about?
Because right now, when I went in there to take Daddy his dinner, about a half hour ago, he turns the ceiling fan off, and the ceiling fan blade flies off.
Ooh, goddamn.
Yeah. Say, I find the 2 screws. Okay, let me get up here. And then I dropped one. Bing, bing, bing. I could never found the other one. So I went and stole one from the other ceiling fan. But Daddy's good now. So, see, that was all because of you. You heard the phone going on.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find this song real quick. I don't know why the hell it ain't. Oh, I know.
Especially the legend when my dad's sitting there saying, that would have been funny if it would have hit me. Hell no, it would not have been funny. Daddy, you lost your mind.
He thinking about a check.
Not from here, not from this property.
So we're in the building, man. Tonight is a special episode of the Viberoom. We will be breaking down the Body to Beat that me and the Legend did called Your Fault, originally made from Joyner Lucas and J. Cole.
Yes, I had to find that out from my sister too. I didn't even know that one.
She told me that her daughter was listening to J. Cole song, and all she heard was a song come on, and
The
she
Middle Child.
automatically thought it was your shit, Middle Child. She thought that shit was original. She was like, how do you know who that is? And then she had to listen to it and realize it was somebody else.
Yeah, my daughter was like, oh, you know J. Cole? That ain't J. Cole. That's the legend. He's my friend. We're going back and forth.
Wonderful.
Well, what we do, just in case nobody knowing they're new to my page,
Sweet baby Jesus. Every time he on this business. Every time.
I don't know who that is. They ain't calling us up. They ain't calling on us. So. But anyway, Body to Beat, when I say we're doing a Body to Beat, all it is we're taking an industry beat from a mainstream artist and we're bodying that motherfucker.
Word.
We doing our thing to it. You know what I'm saying? And I created that back in 2016. It was a movement that, I had a few people from here join, and a few weeks later they fell off. But as you can see, it changed into an enterprise, a label, a company, a business.
Yep.
5 years later.
Big dog.
Started this 5 years ago, and people gave up. But as you can see, it's still gaining momentum. So that's what Body to Beat is. That's where it originated from. So if you hear us rapping on somebody else's beat in the industry, that's all we're doing. Letting them know we can do this shit too. You feel?
Multi-generational.
Word. That's the goal right there.
So do you want us to play the?
So hey,
Go ahead.
she's like singing the song verbatim. I said, bitch, how you know my friend's song? You trolling me now? What?
What up, Lorraine? Peace and blessings.
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine.
So do you want us just to go ahead and play the song first?
If y'all haven't, I didn't know if y'all had got to or not, since I was a couple
Come on,
minutes
man.
late.
No, I wasn't gonna do it till you got here.
We're here to satisfy the fans.
So
All right.
we're gonna go ahead and play Your Fault. The original song, like I said, is from J. Cole and Joyner Lucas, called My Heart. And his song, he's talking about a relationship situation, and J. Cole was the big homie. And this song, I'm the big cousin. So y'all check it out. It's called Your Fault.
Sorry. Not so sorry.
You think you hard, huh? You say you never give your heart to a broad, huh? You didn't listen, now you wish you played it smart, huh? And now you wishing that you listened to the gods, huh? Now this the part, bro.
Yeah, broke my heart, huh? I used to be a fuck nigga from the start, yeah. It wasn't my fault, but the ones that I was born with. The women that I love left me with some scars, yeah. I put my heart away, but you can call it storage. But the pain I went through made me hella smarter, huh? So I changed, ooh. I guess my mama and my sister take the blame too. Hyenas running they blood cause they got some loose screws. They hate the fact I'm like my daddy except the smarter fool. She used to spend my child support up on her new dude, and she would pay me back in clues and leave a nigga blue. My sister's wild, she wanna get drunk, she wanna get dick. That bitch hate me cause I saw her committing sins. That bitch was fucking married man in mama crib. I tried protecting my home but I was labeled a little snitch. That was 20 years ago and that bitch should be with the shit. She rode over to my baby mama and my other kids, and they be trying to play keep away like I did so much of them. What goes around comes around, no you just setting me up to win. The weight they placed on my shoulder would almost make me go limp. Took the point that I was bending because the pain I was feeling. Bro, I feel like Adam with ease, them bitches leading to killing. I thought women were peacemakers, someone we could consider healers. Confusing the motherfucker cause they switch up like some car dealers. Some car dealers.
Take you hard, huh? You say you never give your heart to a broad, huh? You didn't listen, now you wish you played it smart, huh? And now you wishing that you listened to the gods, huh? Now this the part, bruh. Listen, pimpin', pay attention. Won't you say this prayer with me? I understand you when you feel it, I gotta keep it real with you. Heavenly Father, I need attention. My little cousin really tripped. Him and his mom that came distant, and I need you to fix. Open his ears, open his heart. I know that Satan, he's the problem. But any problem you can solve, all he gotta do is call. And you know the alcohol make you feel like you fall. I know it's time that you call. Know he's scared cause he stalled. I'ma end my little prayer cause it's time that I talk to him. I do my job down here, just keep the demons off him. Understand that you're mad, but your mom ain't really bad. I bet your dad still love him, and that's truth and big fact. Understand as a man, know that God got a plan. I know your sister made you mad, but she came from a man. You know your brother not perfect, we was all born in sin. And once we all born again, all sins get clean. Don't you be a hypocrite. Listen, pimp, you want some different shit. If your situation ain't the same predicament, you don't got a choice in picking, but you got a choice to handle things different. Cause a daughter need a dad to check the history. You think you hard, huh? You say you never give your heart to a broad, huh? You didn't listen, now you wish you played it smart, huh? And now you wishing that you listened to the gods, huh? Now this the part, bruh.
I'm certified.
Yes, that was your fault. You knew it was about to beat from the legend and I. And Chloe wanted to do a breakdown, so that's why we're here. We're gonna be jamming and so I'm ready to hear this shit.
Saudi,
Well,
not so Saudi.
let me give you my backstory. Once you all agree with this, I contacted my sister, the one from Fugazi. Okay, now she's the youngest, and she's I'm gonna say she's confused because she listens to Metallica and country. That's all So, but she likes the way that your mind works. She likes the things that you say and stuff like that. So I asked her, I said, listen to this song and tell me what you think. What's your opinion on it? So she's playing it, and she said she's not used to rap music. She said she could understand Boss's words, but she really couldn't understand the Legend's words. So I told her how to go to the transcript so she could, okay, you got it in Spanish, okay? This is the one child that does not learn Spanish, okay? So she hit this other song by accident, which just happened to be My Heart. So now she goes, well, here, ain't this the same thing? And we're on the phone. And I says, it sounds like it, but the words are fucked up. And so I go, what is that? And so I clicked on it. I'm going to say this. I watched that video. Then I came back and watched your video, and I don't think they're the same. I think there's totally different meanings.
It is. Most definitely.
And I'm still in the same spot that I was in when I started this whole adventure. Because I was trying to not be an influence on her to get her opinion. And she said, well, now that you listen to that other song, it might change your, opinion. No, I didn't. Because I think it was a role reversal. Let me put it like that. Does that sound more closer to it?
No,
like
actually,
over there on that other video, the guy was the bad guy, and over here, it's not the guy being the bad guy. That's the impression I got.
Right. I see what you're saying.
There you go. All right. Now, I will say this: Boss Blake gave away a little clue last night, though. Because see, I wasn't asking about nothing. I didn't ask nobody about the song because I didn't want to get influenced. But when you said something about having issues with the mom and the family, that explained the mom and the sister lines, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I was having.
Well, damn it, I thought you heard that part. Shit, that was.
I know I did, but I wasn't sure what the story was behind all that. That's what I'm saying. And I wasn't gonna call. Hey, what that legend did about his mom? I didn't want to be like that. I wanted to.
You can.
I wanted to feel it myself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted to get the meaning for myself because, in all honesty, as a fan of music, we have our own translations of everybody's songs. And when you throw a video in, there's a lot of times the video changes up the whole translation too.
True.
But she understood the part about the child support. She got that part. But
Hold on, let me ask this question.
go ahead,
At
go
it
ahead, go ahead.
again media says, I saw you on the Information Man show. I have no idea who that is, but
What do you
I would
mean?
like to know who it is. um, but thank you for stopping through. Chloe, first and foremost, I want to tell you, man, I appreciate you and you say your daughter, right?
Your sister.
My
Sister,
sister and my daughter got involved.
we all actually taking the time to fucking listen to the fucking words of the song. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people just listen to the beat. Now, I'm not saying everybody in here is like that, but a lot of people just listen to the beat, listen to the hook, and that's all. And they just like the beat and they
That be
go.
my husband. Yeah, he's like that. And it's like, nah, there's a whole energy behind the song. In my opinion, there's a whole energy behind the song is the lyrics.
Right.
That's that's the meaning behind it.
Well, I'm gonna let the legend give you a quick Cliff Note version of the story, and if you have any questions, we can continue from there.
There we
And
go.
that would explain to you how this song came about. And no, it's not like theirs. It is because Jordan Lucas was talking about his situation with women that he dated. He's talking about women in his family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, his baby mama. So I'm going to let Legend take over from here.
Ooh,
There you go.
we. So, it's a lot of treachery everywhere in the universe and in the world and stuff like that. But not only that, I got a lot of that bullshit in my family, specifically on that side of the family. And I mean, from the time I was born, it was kind of like a lot of animosity from being, the younger sibling, trying to really come into fruition, taking the spot. Well, as my siblings labeled it, I was taking the spotlight from them. I was the baby. I was getting everything. Yeah, you know how that shit go. I mean, I can't help it that I'm cute and handsome. Y'all niggas ugly. It's just on y'all. I'm sorry. I apologize, but then I don't apologize. But also as well, even living in that household, it just was a lot of hostility behind that type of situations and trying to really be the sibling in there. And I mean, more often than not, it was just a lot of arguments and jumping because my siblings that stayed in the household. First of all, I have over 20 siblings. Let me get that clear. So,
Go mama, go.
yeah. Eddie did his thing back in the days. That's one thing in its own essence. And my mom, she actually has 4 biological kids herself.
Okay.
We're not talking about the ones that's married in, but
Okay.
between her and my father, it's just little old me, the special one, the black
There
sheep.
you
So, where everybody I'm not gonna say where everybody looking at me like that, but with my mother's side of the family, particularly my siblings, and them being twins, having that type of animosity back and forth, going back and forth, it kind of led to a lot of love-hate relationships. I love you, but I don't really want to be around you. I care for you, but I can't stand you like that. You see what I'm saying? So
over there, yes.
as you listening to this story, I feel like personally, the real reason why my sister that stayed in the household with me hates me, and I'm really saying this word because that's just the type of relationship that we have now. The reason why she hates me is because of the instance in the situation where I caught her in that act and me actually trying to fight the dude and me getting my ass whipped. Of course, I wasn't up to 7 years old. I got my ass whipped up. It's a 30-year-old nigga. But I'm thinking you coming at my sister, you trying to hurt my sister and shit. So when, mom gets home and I explain to her I got beat up by this older dude that ain't had no boy, I got labeled a snitch. I got beat up by them. My sister and my mama got into it. She called the police on her. She tried to hit her with the car. Like, it was a whole big falling out about that. And it was all looked as though you should have kept your mouth shut. Like, I felt some type of way about that, but what could I say? I'm just a child trying to find out what's right and wrong. I didn't really think it was wrong for me to sit up here and jump on somebody that was on top of my sister. I mean, like I said, for me, I was a little kid that ain't know no better at the time. So I'm just doing what the fuck I was taught to do. You see anybody hurt your family, you go hop on their ass. It don't matter if you big, little, small, you go hop on their ass because somebody gonna be there to back your ass up. So I thought that was what I was doing, but I was wrong. So when that transpired in that manner, it's just been a riff for years. And I mean, if you listen to all my albums, I give you snippets of a lot of treachery and bullshit I dealt with their ass throughout the years, from trying to play keep away with the kids and trying to go back and forth with having females that I used to date and talk to ruin those relationships and go against me because I'm your sibling and I did something to you that I had no knowledge that really bothered you on that type of level. I was a
Yeah.
kid, and I'm not trying to be funny. I should have stayed out of grown folks' business, but at the same time, I thought I was doing what was right for my household and my home. So that really just put me in a position with her to where today is just like fuck you. I don't care about you. We could be like not being funny. The neutral zone for them, and I'm so serious because I tell you this, I don't fuck around. Like you can get it whenever. The neutral zone for them is my father's house because he's a big dog. You ain't finna go around there shooting no pistol in his house unless it's him shooting the goddamn pistol, and you ain't finna raise your voice past 3 decibels, okay? You know, that's like a whisper. You ain't finna raise your voice past 3 decibels in this house without getting your ass slapped. And my daddy got one leg and will cuss your ass the fuck out. He gets
Yep.
down like, okay? So when we're over there, it's a neutral zone, but we could be in that same house. And I'm not saying shit to you. I'm not looking at you. I ain't got nothing to acknowledge you. You just a part of that wall that's right behind you. Because what you did to me, it fucked me over. And I kept trying to be the bigger person. And I kept trying to amend relationships. And I kept trying to show you I'm still caring for you and I still love you. But that wasn't enough to get through to you and show you that it's all water under the bridge for me. So when you went to this extra length this last time, when it caused a big rift between my baby mamas and me and somebody that I was dating, that did it for me. I had no more love, no more feelings, no none of that because it's involving my children now.
Yeah.
And it's involving how I'm parenting. And that's a low blow because at the end of the day, you were number 16, 17 at the time.
Yeah.
So how you gonna sit up here and get mad at me? You ain't had no kids. You still ain't got no kids. You finna be 40. You still ain't got no kids. But you want to do some type of mental damage like that. Okay, cool. You had that shit. Just come around here, I'll shoot your ass up. Not being funny, but that's just my mentality with her because I don't have no type of conscience anymore. If I allow myself to think and be kind-hearted, it's gonna be a snake that's continuously biting me over and over and over and over. How many times you gonna get with that shit and say enough is enough? I'm done with that.
Well, that wasn't too far from what I was thinking then. Okay.
Mhm.
But I got a question.
Run it.
Boss, you
What up?
said snitch. So do you think he was a snitch at 7 years old?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I didn't
Because
hear
I
the
was going
story.
to climb through this internet and choke you. Because he was a little
No,
and he didn't
No.
know he didn't know any better. And at any age, anybody having any kind of grown folk business going on should have secured the door better.
most definitely.
You know,
And
so you just said that snitch like you was agreeing on the other side of the fence or something there for a second.
nah, I knew the story, so I knew what was
Yeah.
coming up.
But that
You know what I'm
that
saying?
really isn't too far from the truth because that I was thinking that it was as far as like whatever issues you had with baby mama, you would have to have the same issues with your female family members. Is kind of what I was getting out of it. But let me ask you now, are you the only boy on that side?
Oh no, that's the
Side.
So the funny thing about that is the sibling that I'm talking about, she's a twin. And her
Yes.
twin
Is it
is my older brother. Now I still somewhat claim him as a brother. My sister's just so far done. Like it's no redeeming her. But my brother, that's her twin. They're twins, okay? So it was an instance in the situation where the last part where I was telling you about how it boiled over to a chick I was dating and my baby mom and shit. He knew all of this shit was going on. And instead of you being the big brother that not only interjected, but being the big brother that sit up here and ran it down and gave me game, you sat back and you watched and laughed and skinned and grinned and took part and had no type of consciousness when I sit up here and I told you how I felt about it. It wasn't even no sorry about this shit. So when motherfuckers was trying to jump and fight you and I was hoorah trying to get down for you, I was wrong for that because I was overstepping my boundaries. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to me being in that same position with your little brother getting attacked, you gonna let me be out behind dry and fry because you'd rather be in a room full of hoes sitting up there impressing yourself with a bunch of females trying to gain you some clout. That don't make no damn sense. And you supposed to be 7.5 years older than me. That don't make no goddamn sense.
And I'm
You supposed to
assuming
be the eldest.
he
Like,
probably was part of the one that taught you how you take care of your sister. If you see anybody jumping, doing anything
Yep.
bad to your sister.
Yep. They was a gang, not being funny. They started a little gang down here, the North Side gang on the little north side of town. They was my brother and sister. Them they was the first generation of this shit. Okay, he is the one that taught me that type of mentality.
Yeah.
Get on somebody's ass when you see somebody fucking with us, because it used to be niggas from, and you know this area, Ellis Street, Wolf Street, used to ride over to the north side and come and whip on 6-7 niggas asses in my neighborhood, because they was a gang and they was beefing, they ain't like each other like that. So when I see my brother sitting up here getting beat up by 3-4 niggas, I don't care if I'm 6'7", I gotta go out there and bang, because my little brother ain't finna sit up here and get no black eye. I stay right across the street. If I gotta go run in the house and get something to start hitting these niggas with, I gotta do what I gotta do, because I know niggas in the neighborhood gonna see, oh, Teddy getting jumped, Teddy getting his ass whipped. Hey, skid. You hear that call? The whole hood finna come out. That's all I need to do. I ain't care if I got knocked down or laid out. You had your backup on the way. But it just bothered me that I was bothering to do that shit and they weren't doing the same for me.
And I could say I understand that 100%, because I know my siblings, we like that, as far as like, even right now we got some issues going on. But I got to remember back this was like, Lord, when was my child born? I don't know, 89. And there was an incident that happened, and my shortest sister, which is the one that's 5 years younger than me, you know, I'm not sure if she even clears 5 feet, but she came out, and I don't know if she hopped over the 3-foot fence or she bothered to go through it or what. Now, all I know is that she was on top of somebody. Lord, you know, that quick, you know, because we weren't taught to have each other's back. We just did. Mm-hmm. We were that tight, you know. But it was 3 girls and the brother. The brother's the oldest. He had his own room, so he didn't sit around at night, you know, telling little secrets in the bedroom, you know, stuff like what siblings do, you know. And right. Still to this day, I can say, you know, my brother's, good Lord, how old is he? 55, 56. He's still off on his own, and it's still us sisters that are tight. And it has spilled over to the next generation. Like you said, you know, mentioning with your kids. And like the part where boss comes in and he says, you know, you still got to be a father to your daughter and stuff, you know. That is going to play a big part into it. And you know, my that same sister, we were totally opposite on parenting. She was the one that's I gotta be my child's friend. And I was the one that was the overbearing, strict one. But like right now, as adults, those kids are now 30. And you know, there's, like I said, there's some issues going on with that generation, and it's caused my generation to have to step in now. And I was surprised the other day on the phone when that sister, I told her, I says, look, I know we got different parenting skills. I'm not telling you this to tell you what to do. I'm just letting you know to be aware, so that way, you know, you can handle it however you want to. She said, no, I'm glad you told me. So it wasn't the impression that I was expecting to get from her by being so acceptance of what I was saying. But right. That's the thing that I think as adults, we do forget that our actions and our behavior is going to affect that next generation. Because those, you know, my brother's child, he's what, 21, 22, 23, I think. And you see what I had to do right now, 23, I think. As I don't know him. I don't know him like that. You know, and that's his only child. You know, so, but I can tell you everybody else's age in the whole family. And so because of the issue between me and my brother that we've had since childhood, it's like that. You know, and it's sad. So yeah, you know, sometimes boss has been on this bigger person trip for a while, and he makes jokes about me being the asshole and not being, but in reality, that is my problem. Is because I've been the bigger person so much, I got to come on the internet and be the asshole.
I know that feeling all too well.
Hey, let me put a pause on this. I hit a song break, and we're gonna pick up.
Go ahead.
That
can't stand the heat.
That's that light skin shit.
Can't stand the heat.
I'm sorry. What was that?
He can't stand the heat.
I live in the kitchen.
I say calor.
I can see the hate, I can see the envy, I can see the love, I can see the friends, I can see the enemies. I can see the takers, fakers, display insecurities. I can see the ones who kept it real with me. I see it all. I see who got my back, want me to fall. I see the ops, how they want me to fall. I see the ones who I can't and can't call. I see it all. I see
Man, I
it
swear
all.
I've seen it all. I've been through so much fucking pain. People say they really love you, but they bring thunderstorm rain. When you don't have nothing to offer, then they boarding on the train. I swear them niggas ain't shit, like a bunch of toilet stains. I bet we all had someone that just worked with us for that fame. Then they get mad at us for calling them out of them playing games. My level must be Hall of Fame. Since y'all treat me like I'm 2K, y'all niggas must be some avatar. Cause all you niggas is fake. And y'all making my life so great, cause I'm just dropping this dead weight. Cause I don't have the time to be in them trenches with dirty snakes. I feel the ops will always be the people smiling in your face, so I just hold my chopper close just in case I gotta spray.
I can see the hate, I can see the envy, I can see the love, I can see the friends, I can see the enemies. I can see the takers, fakers, display insecurities. I can see the ones who kept it real with me. I see it all. I see who got my back, want me to fall. I see the ops, how they want me to fall. I see the ones who I can't and can't call. I see it all. I see it all.
I see the ones that got my back and never switch up on me. We ain't even gotta share no blood, but we some real homies. I swear that loyalty goes a long way, cause it's a real trophy. Man, I got that mamba mentality like my name was Kobe. Cause a nigga hate attitudes that stanker than some balloon. Nobody likes being in deep waters with a couple of bogeys. Even if they fuck with you, them niggas still are fake and phony. That's why I'm a lone wolf, just like I'm a wild coyote. I must be that god of mischief, that's just why they call me Loki. Or could it be the way I get them back when they get too cozy? I'm not too fond of forgiveness, that make niggas think I'm unwhole. Long as I take care of my wife and kids, I never get lonely.
I can see the hate, I can see the envy, I can see the love, I can see the friends, I can see the enemies. I can see the takers, fakers, display insecurities. I can see the ones who kept it real with me. I see it all. I see who got my back, want me to fall. I see the ops, how they want me to fall. I see the ones who I can't and can't call. I see it all. I see it all.
So you taking this angle, huh? Boss, I can rock with it, my nigga. Yeah, let's go. There's a lot of motherfuckers out there, man, that wanna see your downfall, man. But guess what, man? We too strong for that shit, man. We built different, nigga. Let's get it.
Gotta keep a close eye on my frenemies. I call them fake friends, they be killing me. The problem, I pray to God that he said, and I don't know why they want it. I don't need another damn enemy, and I don't need a damn mind that he said. I tell them, cause I don't need another enemy. Gotta fight against the system already. Too many haters that we dealing with daily. So it don't make no sense for me to make a nigga trip. If you ask me, that just sound crazy. I'd rather kick it in the crib with my baby, cause I don't need another nigga acting shady. I'm trying to see a couple meal, trying to pay off these bills. I don't need another nigga trying to play me. I wake up every morning glad to see the day. Too many people struggling to make a way. So I pray every day that he set me free. But for some goddamn reason they won't let me be. Cause every day I get sick of saying niggas gon' change, but they don't, they just stay the same. Nigga really lame, so I stay off in my lane every day, every day. If you was smart, you would stay about the way, about the way. Gotta keep a close eye on my frenemies. I call them fake friends, they be killing me. The problem, I pray to God that he said, and I don't know why they want it. I don't need another damn enemy, and I don't need a damn mind that he said. I tell them, cause I don't need another enemy.
Niggas rockin' with Tizzle, I give a fuck. Take the nerve of most opinions and wipe the sweat from my nuts. It's high demand out for these organs, but niggas ain't got the guts. Wish you diminish from the distance, they try to help you back up. Ain't feeling that type of love, the emotions get you fucked up. What type of satisfaction you get from the stunts that you pondered up? Wanna see your biggest haters upload your quest to Facebook. You think that your post ain't seen, but them eyeballs tell it enough. Your storytell on niggas, just hope that they wish you up. I'm 6'5", the nerve of niggas who think they can overlook what I can do sincere findings you see from Mark Zuckerberg's book. It's poison to most men, but it altered my whole outlook. Being social's at a low due to social media crooks. Conversations lost its value, just thought I should say that much. Niggas hard behind all them screens and reality's out of touch.
Gotta keep a close eye on my frenemies. God, them fake friends, they be killing me. A problem, I pray to God that he set me free. And I don't know why they won't let me. I don't need another damn enemy. And I don't need a bad vibes that they send me. I tell my skin and beef, God said, cause I don't need another enemy. Cause I don't need another enemy. God said it's free.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Good evening.
That's my favorite song.
That was Frenemies,
Mm-hmm.
along with
I've seen it all.
it all.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just caught a lot of that stuff in that song, Corey, you gotta go back
Ooh, it's a lot.
and listen to his whole album.
All
Hell,
of them.
all of them.
All of them.
Cause I told him, I said, I'm sick of this shit.
I ain't done.
Quit rapping about that shit. I'm tired of it.
It's a lot.
It's
man.
therapeutic.
Thank you.
Mm-mm.
Thank
Very
you.
therapeutic. You know,
It's mine.
and I'll give you an example. You know how when you and I first met, you were like, damn, you got everything. You got everything. Well, I was collecting everything from the Kanika case. But as I would come across, let's say like a hater or something, I would make up stuff, not make it up like falsify it, but I would create stuff. Showing, okay, this is what this person's lying about and showing the truth to go with it. And I would just put it away in a folder. I didn't even publicize it. And then when I got my channel and they'd come at me, oh, well, then I got a whole folder I get to throw at you now because it's already prepared and everything. But I found that doing that creative work like that was therapeutic for me, getting on the internet and cussing them out and embarrassing the hell out of them. But now if they kept coming, that was a different story. So I could see how him making music about what's going on in his life is very therapeutic.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
One day he will get to that level you want him to be at.
well,
Mm-hmm.
right now as Big Cuz, that's my job, and I know you're not gonna ask me, but I'm gonna fucking tell you because of course y'all all know, pretty much everybody who done followed me for the last 3 or 4 months, I just lost my mom. You know what I'm saying? And it came to a point where me and my mom wasn't seeing eye to eye. I was mad. She was trying to tell me how to raise my kid, and nobody can do that. Nobody. And I sat back and I thought about it because she said something that really pissed me off, and I hung up the phone. And as time went by, I knew she meant well because she loved my daughter to death. And it ate me up inside, you know what I'm saying? So I had to be the bigger person, even though I felt like what she said she had no business saying. That's my mom. Without her, I wouldn't be here. We got one thing we fail to realize is parents are not perfect. Just because they're your mother or they're your father, don't mean they're gonna do everything the right way. Hell, you can't do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't stand to hear him talk about it. Shit, that's my auntie. That's his mother. That's my auntie. Of course, that's all he know. So I can understand and respect his feelings, but at the same time, I don't have to do shit because that ain't how I was raised. Now, I may have not went through what he went through. That's why I can be somewhat understanding on how he felt about the situation.
Exactly.
But I done went through some things not more, I guess,
Is intense.
as intense as what he went through. But at the same time, I put myself in the shoes and say, Blake, what the fuck would you do? How would you feel? Yeah, I would be fucking mad.
WWJD, what would Jason do?
I'll be upset. But
And just from what I'm hearing of the story too, The difference is the time. How long did you have that issue with your mom versus how long he had an issue with his?
True.
And I can say that because my mom, she passed away in 2005. There are times I can say that I wish I could pick up the phone to call her,
Yes.
but in all honesty, God, I hope my family's not listening right now. I'm okay because that's the relationship we had. But really, if you spend your entire life questioning your relationship with somebody that you should not have to question, all I can say for the legend is you being, I don't know how old you are, but you look almost half my age. Maybe there's chance still for something to flip around. But
It is.
if it doesn't, he
It
may
will.
be okay with that, whereas you would not have been because you had that good relationship with your moms.
I get what you're saying, but it really doesn't matter because I know a lot of people may not be spiritual, but when it comes to the word, you know what I'm saying, it says honor thy mother and thy father. It doesn't say except if they disrespect you. It doesn't say that. You
You
know what
can
I'm
honor them
saying?
from over there though too.
No. It's no honor at all. From what I hear from him, there's no fucking honor at all.
I don't know what
So
he's
that's
got.
the point I'm trying to get to. Is like you can love them from a distance.
Yep.
Just don't say fuck them. Period. Nah, it
Don't
don't
fuck
work
with
like
them.
that because when you watch them lower that casket in the ground, even though you feel like they never came to you and made things right, at the end of the day, you could have at least tried, and that's all you have to do. If you try and that you get pushed away, that's all you got to do. God seeing your intentions and He know your heart. But if God know your heart, got a black goddamn hole in it or a goddamn ice box where that heart used to be, you can't go through them gates. You got to
Well,
take all your offerings
that goes
to the
back to
gates before you walk through them. Because
that goes
if you
back to your
don't,
speech
you
though.
ain't going through
How many times do you got to do that though?
Exactly.
them. Look.
That's what I'm saying is so. Okay, because let's persuade. Are you saying that you got to do it right before, on their deathbed, or do you got to do it every other year, every 6 months? I mean,
No.
if you've
No.
done it,
At
you've
this
done it.
point, I can't. I don't know how long ago that was, so I can't speak on it. But I can say this: all it takes is a simple conversation. Ma,
Sometimes.
I love you, but this right here really hurts. It bothers me, and I wish we could make this right. At that point, as his mother, now the ball is in her court to fix it. You know what I'm saying? If she choose not to, he can let it go. That doesn't mean it's still fuck you. It means I tried, I love her. It is what it is. I'm staying in my section, but I still love my mama. I don't want to hear that, man. Fuck them. You know what I'm
That
saying?
was the last conversation I had with her, and it
It,
led to that dispute. And
it,
then when it
I was
came
gonna.
out
Oh, you
that
got an excuse too? Did you get an
no,
excuse
I
too?
mean no,
I got
I'm
an
letting
excuse.
him
That's
know
what.
that
That's. I'm glad you said that though. I got an
everything he
excuse out of
just
mine.
said, it led to our last conversation, like our real personal conversation. Okay. Everything that he's talking about, I let her know where she was wrong at about playing with me with my kids, about when I'm coming to pick them up. Because I, not being funny, my oldest two kids, let me put this blunt down. My eldest two kids, okay, I actually lost custody of those. I lost my rights to those two. But that didn't stop me from being a dad, providing for them, doing what the hell I had to do. By the state of Georgia, I have no rights when it comes to them. But I still do what the hell is necessary to make sure that they're okay and I love them and they know they're provided for. The fucked up thing about it is my mom felt as though it was okay to make sure that the kids spent more time with her than me at one point in time because she wanted to have time with them. I respect the fact that you're grandma, but we just got them out of the system. You understand the hardship that it is. this is the time that they're dedicated with their father. If you want to have this type of bond of connection, then why not bring them to me and we can all share this together? But that didn't transpire. So instead, the excuse that you gave me was I didn't want to bring them over there. I wanted to spend more time with them. Well, who are you to make that judgment call when I gave them life? You taught me when you get your kids, you parent and see as fit because you ain't finna be hitting and beating on everybody else's kids. Okay, I heard you. So it's wrong for me to want to spend time with my kids and have this personalness to just grow with them and interact with them. It's wrong for me to do that. And then when I tell you how I feel frustrated about that, in addition to the things with the child support, in addition with the things of you taking my money for my car note that I was paying and you pocketing that shit, like it's a whole plethora of shit. But
Yeah.
I got to the point to where I just said, I'm done. I'm done. Because that last conversation showed me you're going to feel the way you feel. And because I'm the child, you're not going to respect me. And I'm sick and tired of being a little motherfucker that everybody think because I'm Jeremy. You got to take this shit. You got to deal with the shit. You got to absorb it because at the end of the day, you a man and it's going to make you better. No. Okay. So you have that. You can keep all of that. You can keep that mentality. Just know that I don't support it and I don't want to deal with that. Because if you keep bringing that shit around here, you disturbing my peace. My peace of mind is taking my ass to Florida every day, making me a whole lot of money, bringing my ass home and clapping my wife's cheeks and making sure my kids is taken care of. So when my shit get disturbed outside of that, you got some he say, she say shit, or you want to sit up here and get them. You had all that opportunity and chance, and I don't want it anymore because I know what you about. You used me and you played me. You made it seem like the only reason you had any type of love and care for me was over money. And I remember that shit. And I tried to express and explain myself, but it wasn't good enough because you was parent. And this is when well, I'm not trying to be funny. I was in my late 20s. My mom was in her 40s. My bad, her early 50s. She's still in her early 50s, mid 50s now, but her early 50s. Okay. So it's not like you didn't have the sense or you didn't have the comparability to understand that your son gained some common sense along the way. It could have been some things that you did that was sideways and wrong along the way. But because I'm child and I'm supposed to be child forever, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to embrace. This is what you have to endure. It's only so much that you can take and go through before you say, I'm washing my hands with the situation and I don't want to be worried about that shit no more. I don't want to deal with it no more. I don't want to be around it no more. So at all costs, I try to avoid it. You be over here, sprint the car and go that way. I ain't finna be.
That's a hard predicament to be in, whether you are the child or the parent, on the normal level, put it that way. But as far as being the outsider looking in, as far as she had the kids, she didn't share them with you, I guess then it would fall down on what does the court documents say? Because if the court documents say that she ain't supposed to take them to you, now you're asking her to risk losing those kids. But if they didn't say that, then that's a different story. That's just being selfish then. But I can say from my own thing with my child, my grandchild, it's hard for me to look at her and say, oh, okay, now you want to be grown up. You're 30 years old. You should have been done to be the grown up, and I get that. So I understand where, like you say, you could have matured along the way. My child, I guess she could have matured along the way. She just forgot to show me, so I don't know. But, that's going to be some issues that whenever I see her that we're going to run into. But at the same time, I can say that if the phone was ringing and anybody picked up the phone, we still would have been there. I still would have been there for my mom. I don't know. I can't say whether or not she would have been there for me or if she would have said, well, your daddy this and da-da-da-da. The excuses come in. I don't know. But I just made it my prerogative not to ever put myself in a position to have to ask her for anything.
Let me address the chat. Definitely want to say thank you to Marlene for that donation. I appreciate it. Also, Cupcake is in the, excuse me, Nikki New is in the building. And this is what she stated. She said, just let people have the relationship that they need to. People rarely change. How many times do you need a migraine? I understand that. And with that being said, I just have to know. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree or understand how legend feels. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. Now, if you don't or you do, let us know why. And if you want to come up here with Chloe, feel free to do so. I'll drop the link in the chat again. And while I do that, we're going to play the next song. I think this is a great conversation because actually we had a conversation not similar, but somewhat similar about a week or two ago. Is there any time that you're good or it's okay that you had to hit a parent? And that was a great conversation. So, yeah, 1 in the chat if you agree, 2 in the chat if you don't. You're going to get to power over the enemy. Y'all sit tight.
Body to be global.
It's like we losing our people every day. 'Cause anywhere that we go, we ain't safe. It became such a long line as they wait at the gate. They talk about wearing masks, but we must pray. Our people are fading away. Sick of dealing with this nonsense. I'm really thinking Satan's appetite is bottomless. Yeah, he tried it then, but we gon' get up out of this. Satan, you a coward and the government is siding with him. But one thing about it, my God is merciful, true. And 2 things about it, he's still working for. You took my mom, you took a whole lot of black women. Now we behind this, gon' take some time to get back in it. Yeah, we black, but are we that different? To send a virus to our people to make them go missing. It's like they trying to keep my people sitting in detention. They put this virus on this earth, but they forgot to mention I really need my spiritual people to listen. 'Cause this is only the beginning, this is never ending. And for my people in my city, just know I'm riding with you. And I'm riding to the end. It's like we losing our people every day. 'Cause anywhere that we go, we ain't safe. It became such a long line as they wait at the gate. They talk about wearing masks, but we must pray. Our people are fading away.
It's time to pray. In this time and stay, gotta dig deep down for faith. 'Cause I know a lot of people that done lost their way, had lost their faith. God, if it gon' come down, right now it's time. Everybody around me dying, 'cause I'm tired of crying. I don't wanna give up and don't believe. I'm trying. My brother from another mother lost his brother, and that same brother from another mother lost his mother. That make us ask you why. We die. It'll turn to thunder and rain. We still on earth, we got days. Still gotta keep on wishing and maintain. I believe it's a better place than this earth we on. I'm feeling like boom. I hope we see y'all at the crossroads. If I knew for sure I could be in a better place than this state, I would take off and try to get to the front gates. And I hope I got a space. And we pray, and we pray, and we pray, and we pray every day, to stay strong and move on. 'Cause we ain't got no place that we can go and escape by our heads. Let us pray.
Losing our people every day. 'Cause anywhere that we go, we ain't safe. It became such a long line as they wait at the gate. They talk about wearing masks, but we must pray. Our people are fading away.
Trump dummy.
Johnny.
Tell me what you worry for, 'cause you don't have to cry no more, no more, no more. You don't have to cry no more. Tell me what you're looking for, 'cause you don't gotta look no more, no more. You don't gotta cry no more, you don't gotta look no more. Let me take a second for the women, this song is overdue. I hope you listen till I'm finished. You was just since the beginning, you was raising, now chilling. So I gotta give you credit if nobody else give it. I know you think we all villain, that's a stereotype. But what we gotta deal with, it ain't even much right. Y'all gon' live in my sight. I don't do this for the like, shit, I do it 'cause it's right. To keep it real, this something like. So I'ma tell you this tonight. For the men across America, I'ma say it for 'em, baby girl, we cherish you. And ain't no letting up. For you, I'm a competitor. You never been a record, tell the truth, that's why they scared of us. Tell me what you worry for, 'cause you don't have to cry no more, no more, no more. You don't have to cry no more. Tell me what you're looking for, 'cause you don't gotta look no more, no more. You don't gotta cry no more, you don't gotta look no more. I gotta stand up for the real men. I'm talking real men. They know who you really is. This world that we living in, they don't wanna fill us in. They try to kill the black and get mad when we attack them and put us on the back end. Be like, look how they acting. They don't see the queens that we have to look at. I'm trying to start a new chapter. Ain't no more fucking the master. I don't want my kid growing up to be a fucking bastard. They rather see us going backwards, 'cause they know what we have. They don't wanna see our black queens living in a castle, 'cause I just want the best, and that's really what matters. It's for the queens, and I'm ready for a bath. I ain't never been a coward. Tell me what you worry for, 'cause you don't have to cry no more, no more, no more. You don't have to cry no more. Tell me what you're looking for, 'cause you don't gotta look no more, no more. You don't gotta cry no more, you don't gotta look no more. This is for all my black queens across America. You ain't gotta cry no more. You ain't even gotta look no more. We here for y'all. And I'm speaking for every black king all over the world. Stand up, my nigga.
Yeah, and we are back. That was Cry No More. This will be on Inspired too. Yeah, dropping next year. But we're discussing, or we were doing originally, the breakdown of Your Fault, which led us into the conversation that we're in. And before I played those songs, I asked who agreed with the legend, understood how the legend felt, and who disagreed. And you're supposed to put a 1 in the chat if you agreed, and a 2 in the chat if you didn't. So sweet no Chloe ass had to put 1,000,000 motherfucking ones in the goddamn chat.
Muchas gracias.
And like Marlene, put a 1. What up, Dave? What up, David? How you doing, man? What I do, like I did see a comment I like, but I'm gonna make sure I read a couple of these comments. People have to find their way and know to stay in their lane. Before I move on to the next comment, are you talking about parents? Because their child is their lane. Even though they're an adult, you done heard the saying. Yeah, you grown, but you still my baby.
Now, how you gonna tell me what to do with my baby when you told
You
me?
can't.
But this is what you told me what to do. Parent and see as you see fit. So you stopping me from trying to have a bond of interaction with my kids when you see the stress and the hell that I went through. I'm already going against the government system and rules because I don't give a fuck, because I don't want my kids to be a part of the statistics of a black man not being in a household, them not having no sense of direction in life, especially being a black woman. That's a double negative in society right now. Why the fuck would I give a damn about my freedom when it come to making sure that they good tomorrow? That's something I'm gonna roll the dice on every time. And with me showing you that and put myself in that position, how dare you block me? instead of share with me.
Understood. Young Elder said, one, we must allow space for growth, parents included. Definitely agree with that. We live in a different era. That's all I can say.
I know, cuz.
And this generation, I know we talk about this all the time, is different. I feel like they're cursed because I can talk about this new generation, including my own child, because she thinks so different than what the fuck I think and how we used to think. And it's like, I don't teach you none of this shit that you talking.
Mm-mm.
What if, I mean, and then I know me and B1 always talk about what's on TV and what's on social media. Like, you got your own fucking mind. We saw TV. We had movies like Boys in the Hood. I ain't going to fucking shoot nobody and kill no goddamn body. We seen people smoking goddamn crack. I don't smoke fucking crack. Like, so
As Crucial K does.
cut it out. It's just like they so weak minded. You know what I'm saying? It's like you will actually watch or listen to music and you'll allow that shit to influence your brain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm getting off the subject, but that shit just bothers the fuck out
Hey,
of me.
they went through the same thing in the 80s and 90s with taking all the musical artists to court because, this white kid went out and killed somebody because Ozzy Osbourne bit a fake bat's head off, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, on stage at a concert. That crazy
Pissed
shit.
on the Alamo. Couldn't come back for 30 years, you know.
I'm gonna do a fucking song called "Jump Off the Bridge." Jump off the bridge. Jump off the bridge. Jump off the bridge. Let's see how many motherfuckers jump off the bridge. Let me see. Let's see if they can create a challenge.
Are you talking about the bridge of a song?
No, we talking about the fucking bridge. I'm gonna make sure the video have a motherfucking big ass bridge like the Jacksonville fucking bridge or our bridge that's fucking super tall. And see if motherfuckers start jumping off of it.
Get the wrong attention.
But you know what?
But I'm the asshole. I'm the asshole, right? I'm the asshole, right? Chloe, we are the assholes,
yes,
but
we the assholes.
Jump off the bridge.
But no bungee cord.
Man, come on,
you know what? I'm glad you used that word curse. Because that's going to be coming up in what I need to talk to you about a future panel.
Oh yeah, we supposed to talk about that last night too. All right, let's see. Okay, we already spread that. Neutro's in the building. What's going on?
What's
bro?
up, Neutro? Nice album. What's up, Crucial K? Count Blackula. What's up, y'all?
Appreciate the love, Holly. Holly Hood is right here from Wigtown. What's going on? What's going on? Appreciate you for sliding through. Let's see. Bossman says, thank you. Sometimes we need to hear that. Most definitely. Most definitely. And that's what this podcast is about. You know what I'm saying? We talk about different things that we see happen in life every day or what we deal with. And some things go unsaid. Mm-hmm. Some people need to hear this shit. Somebody need to talk about it, and they scared to talk about it. Not me. I ain't. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate all y'all who slide through, voice your opinions, whether it's in the chat or you come up on the screen. Which,
word.
You know.
But, when I heard the song, it left me in my feelings somehow. So I couldn't figure out what was getting to me, but something was getting to me, bothering me, and that's why I reached out and said we need to discuss this.
Mm-hmm. And I was wondering what the hell you want to ask. I was like, boy, so much shit he said in that verse. I was like, she probably want to talk to you about all that shit.
I say a lot. I tell a lot. Y'all just gotta listen.
Hey, that's what it should be. I mean, because the number one problem I see in so many families, this one in mine is included, the lack of communication or miscommunication.
Yeah,
either they don't say it or they whatever it is they say, they didn't say it properly. They left a sentence fragment. Then people are forced to assume. And if you ask a question, then they get mad. Why you got to be asking me over and over? You know, it goes back and forth. You know, people just don't act right no more.
Absolutely.
Hell no.
Cupcake agree. Nikki New agree with you.
Thank you.
Uncle Charles in the building. What's going on, Uncle Charles?
Uncle Charles? What's up? Thank you, everybody.
Appreciate you for sliding, dude.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. The homie David Weeks says, he's just speaking. Glad you're doing good, bro. I'm glad you slid through as well. But this was a breakdown on, I guess, how to handle situations with a parent. And those things can get real sticky and icky because, like me, on one side, I understand how he feels, but I disagree with his reaction. You know what I'm saying? And I think the fact that I lost my mom plays a very important part
Oh
on how
yes.
strong I feel about it because just like Bam said, that's one of the hardest things she's seen was having to put her mom in the ground. And at the end of the day, you only get one mom. You only get one dad. And regardless of the situation, I don't give a goddamn how mad you are or you were before they left this earth. That shit gonna eat you up. I promise you. I
It
cried
can.
today.
It can. But
I
I mean,
cried
it
today.
bothers me still now that it didn't bother me enough. Is what I feel like it didn't bother me enough, like it should have. But there again, sometimes you just roll craps.
Thank you.
And
Okay.
but I agree. I will say this: I agree with Boss that you can't hold that resentment against them because that will eat at your life and affect things. Because if you become so resentful towards that parent, eventually that might flip around and your child might be resentful towards you. No matter what you say, I tried and I tried, they wouldn't let me. It can still come back. Now, y'all can label it whatever you want to as karma or whatever. But what I'm saying is that, like you said, generations now, they are so different. They think differently.
Right.
And like I'm glad you used that word curse because I do believe it's a curse, but I think it's a curse from way back before electricity.
Hey
Way
now, Nikki, I just want to make sure you understand my stance in this whole situation. I don't beat this in the legend head. You know what I'm saying? So don't think I'm trying to convince him to feel like I feel. But if he start talking to me about it, you damn right. I'm gonna give him my opinion. I'm gonna listen. And like I said, I don't belittle his feelings, but at the same time, I'm gonna tell him how I feel about it too. What he do with what I say, that's what he decide to do. If he say, "Cuz I hear you," but fuck that, I ain't shit I can do about that.
But
What
I
was
don't do
that
that.
last? What was the last line of the song? What was the last line of your part in the song?
Him or me?
Which
Yeah,
song you talking
Boss.
about? Daddy gonna need their father
Was that the last line you said?
in my verse, yeah. Are you talking about the hook?
Maybe. I'm trying
Matter
to
of
remember.
fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. We got a
Part about
DJ,
homie
God.
Neutral in
DJ,
the
Part
bring
about
building.
that shit
God.
the fuck back.
We gonna bring it back one time, but we got the homie Neutral in the building. What's going on, bro?
What up, bro? What's going on?
Cooling, man. Cooling, man. We had a request to break down that body to beat that me and Legend did. That Your Fault. Remember that?
Yeah,
Well, we're gonna run it back real quick, and then we're gonna come back to you, brother.
you got it.
Good.
Sorry. Not so sorry.
You think you hard, huh? You say you never give your heart to a broad, huh? You didn't listen, now you wish you played it smart, huh? And now you wishing that you listened to the gods, huh? Now this the part, bro.
Yeah, it broke my heart, huh? I used to be a fuck nigga from the start, yeah. It wasn't my fault, but the ones that I was born with. The women that I love left me with some scars, yeah. I put my heart away, but you can call it storage. But the pain I went through made me hella smarter, huh? So I changed, ooh. I guess my mama and my sister take the blame too. Hyenas running they blood cause they got some loose screws. They hate the fact I'm like my daddy except the smarter fool. She used to spend my child support up on her new dude, and she would pay me back in clues and leave a nigga blue. My sister's wild, she wanna get drunk, she wanna get dick. That bitch hate me cause I saw her committing sins. That bitch was fucking married man in mama crib. I tried protecting my home but I was labeled a little snitch. That was 20 years ago and that bitch should be with the shit. So what's to my baby mama and my other kids, and they be trying to play keep away like I did so much of them. What goes around comes around, no, you just setting me up to win. The weight they placed on my shoulder would almost make me go limp, to the point that I was bending because the pain I was feeling. Bro, I feel like Adam with ease, them bitches leading to killing. I thought women were peacemakers, someone we could consider healers. Confusing the motherfucker cause they switch up like some car dealers.
You think you hard, huh? You say you never give your heart to a broad, huh? You didn't listen, now you wish you played it smart, huh? And now you wishing that you listen to the gods, huh? Now this the part, bro. Listen, pimpin', pay attention. Won't you say this prayer with me? I understand you when you feel it, I gotta keep it real with you. Heavenly Father, I need attention. My little cousin really tripped. Him and his mom came this, and I need you to fix. Open his ears, open his heart. I know that Satan, he's the problem, but any problem you can solve, all he gotta do is call. And you know the alcohol make you feel like you fall. I know it's time that you call. Know he's scared cause he's stalled. I'ma end my little prayer cause it's time that I talk to him. I do my job down here, just keep the demons off him. Understand that you're mad, but your mom ain't really bad. I bet your dad still love him, and that's truth and big fact. Understand as a man, know that God got a plan. I know your sister made you mad, but she came from a man. You know your brother not perfect, we was all born in sin. And once we all born again, all sins get clean. Don't you be a hypocrite. Listen, pimp, you want some different shit. If your situation ain't the same predicament, you don't got a choice in picking, but you got a choice to handle things different. Cause a daughter need a daddy, check the history. You think you hard, huh? You say you never give your heart to a broad, huh? You didn't listen, now you wish you played it smart, huh? And now you wishing that you listen to the gods, huh? Now this the part, bruh. I'm certified.
All right, we back. And I'm trying to get Chloe off mute. There she go. All right, we got the homie New Troll in the building. What's going on, bro?
What's up, Troy?
What up, bro? What's going on, legend? Chloe.
Yeah.
How you doing, beautiful?
So I'm assuming you kind of heard what we was discussing, right?
Nah, I mean I didn't. I'm catching the end. I heard you say something that I kind of want to iterate on, but I didn't hear the actual discussion about the song.
Well, definitely won't let you respond to what you wanted to, but just a little cliff notes. Mom did something to him. She was wrong for it. Sister did something to him. She was wrong for it. He stated that he talked to him, told him how he felt, and that shit didn't fix the issue. Shit still got worse. So he's like, fuck it. And remember, we had a conversation similar about the parents and putting your hands on them, all that shit. But that's pretty much the gist of his verse. And I was talking to him as a big cousin in that song, telling him there's a different way to handle it. But go ahead, man.
Is the song facts or is it just?
It's facts. All facts.
All facts.
Okay. I mean, all right.
Yeah, I gotta hear this shit.
To be honest with you, I can't. I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. Going back to what you were saying about the music and how it influences people. Some things you don't know the influence of. You get what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is, all right, so I'm 46, right? My father is 70, like 73. My father just started staying with me around, I said April, sometime in May. All right. Now, here go a Negro that I cut off. I wrote all my taxes, wrote out of my life, bro. At the beginning of the year, last year I was like, I don't think that nigga gonna make it through the year. You get what I'm saying? Kind of wrote him off on some real shit. And I'm gonna tell you the history. Moms and pops, when I was in the 3rd grade, they broke up. She kind of told me when I asked her, I caught your father using drugs. I asked him, he says no. Boom. I believe my father. You get what I'm saying? So growing up, we lived in the same area. If you listen to this song, if you listen to Time to Bury, it's true. It's a true song, just like what Legend going through. I lived in the same area as my father. You get what I'm saying? My father hustled and he used drugs. I got to see him, and to the point where sometimes I would be coming down the street and he would see me and turn and go the other way. I'd be with my homies and shit. And it got to the point where I got into fights with these niggas because niggas would be like, nigga, your father don't even love you. He turn around and walk away all the time. So this is what you dealing with. This is what your father put you through. So then you graduate high school, came to one football game, didn't come to my graduation. You get what I'm saying? All the shit, learning how to drive, you know, all that shit came and went, and he wasn't there. So now I'm getting into my grown-up years. I got a child. He don't know his grandchild. I got another child in 2003. He don't know that grandchild. And through the years, he's just been surviving how he's been surviving. And to the point where, like, sometime in 2000, I wrote him off. I ain't talked to him for like 10 years. When I started talking to him again, he was the same, but he was a little bit worse. So the resentment comes in, and then you just stop caring after a while. Like, fuck it. Like, whatever this nigga doing, he's doing. Straight heroin addict. You feel what I'm saying? He was at his lowest when his girlfriend called me, and I went and picked him up. I took him straight to the hospital. They admitted him in. He had like kidney stone problem. This nigga was like 145 pounds. And the whole family is over 200 pounds. We all big motherfuckers. So for him to be in that shape, I called my aunt, his only sister left, and was like, hey, I don't think you're gonna make it out of this, because that's how bad he looked. Then he needed somewhere to go after he came out of this. Now, he ain't used drugs in a whole month. I had to put him in a rehab because he ain't had no money. I got his little bank account straight, and he needed somewhere to go. I ain't had nowhere for him to go. I ain't have a nursing home to put him in at this time. So I brought him home, right? Now, I'm dealing with this shit. I got a father who's 90% blind, and I physically got to do a lot of shit for him. Shit that I haven't done, he hasn't done for me all my life. You feel what I'm saying? And we are jokesters. The whole family is like, we laugh. That's all we do is joke. So to go down there and to hear him sometimes, some of the stories that he got, they only stop at when I was like 5 or 6 or so. You get what I'm saying? Maybe a couple in between, but all his main stories come when I was a kid. Some of them I don't even remember no more. But you'll have this thing when he start talking shit that he tells me, well, I'm your father. And I haven't yet dropped a bomb on him that, nigga, you ain't been my father all my life. What the fuck is you talking about? Because I'm trying not to. I get disrespectful at times, don't get me wrong. But he's not here in hell. You know what I mean? I'm not treating him bad. I ain't not feeding him. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. But I look at that shit and I say, is that fair for me? You know, I just fucking sent my daughter to school. I just sent my last child out, and then I got another child in. And that's how I feel. You know what I mean? And I had these stressful talks with my mother, like, this shit ain't fair to me because I'm stuck with this shit. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Do you know why you're doing it?
Because I love him. That's my father.
Thank you. That's all I want.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the same time, I kind of feel what this man's going through, because I loved him when I wrote him off a couple years ago. You know what I mean? I loved him then, but I wrote him off. Like, that's what it is. And I had prepared myself, like you say, to bury this nigga and get this chapter of my life on. Because the simple fact that the shit that I remember, and I go back and I look, and the fact that I'm a father now. You get what I'm saying? Some of the shit that this nigga be saying to me, bro, even talking about my mother and shit, like, yo, do you realize she did the job you didn't do, my nigga? So it's nothing that you can even say about my mom's, bro. Like, nothing. You ain't pay child support, none of that shit. So I understand that, man. I'm not going to tell him. I'm going to tell him it might let go. It might not. You get what I'm saying? That's just how life goes, bro. And some things you can't forget. Some things people won't let you forget. You know what I mean? And that's when the problem comes in. The things that people won't let you forget. Like, I wish this nigga don't even bring nothing up about me being a child no more because I don't remember the shit you're talking about. So, yo, just leave that shit alone. You should be trying to get new memories. That's how I'm always like that. I'm always forget yesterday. Let's talk about tomorrow. You feel what I'm saying? But again, I feel that, man. I feel him. Like, you can't, whatever he went through and whatever I went through, bro, it hurt so much that it's just because I love the man. You know what I mean? Like, the respect is gone out the door. You know, it ain't no respect there. But I love the man because he birthed me. You know what I mean? And gave me life. So I can't just write him off. And I'm not going to say, I would be one of the ones to say I probably wouldn't even cry when he goes because that's just, he didn't have that impact on me like my mom's did. You know what I mean? My mom played 2 roles. I got to see this shit. I got to see the whole struggle. And I look at him different because I take care of my kids. You know what I mean? Both of my kids are grown now, and I have one that's not mine that I didn't raise, and she's out. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't tell me what type of man that I am that you didn't make me. My mother made me this type of man, and her father. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, to tell legend, only thing I can tell you is let time fly. But I ain't gonna put no time. If it don't happen, it don't happen, bro. You know what I mean? It's sometimes that pain that a person will put in you will fuck you up so bad that you cannot do anything but stay away from them, bro. And that's just what it is. And to reiterate, I'm sorry it takes so much time. To reiterate what you were saying, boss, about the music, I used to have that mentality, bro. How music and movies didn't affect the people's minds, but we got to understand something that we was brought up by our parents and the lights of they respected us and they did for us. You got brothers and sisters out here, bro, that they don't have no respect from they don't get no respect from their parents. Some of their parents not even raising them, the streets raising them, and what they're listening to, bro. That's what's raising them. You get what I'm saying? And it's more of them than it is of us for some odd reason. And that's what you're not seeing. So you go to school and we did all this, we was all prepped up, but it was a couple niggas in the class that was just dirty all the time. You get what I'm saying? It just didn't have a way. Matter of fact, by the senior year, you might not even see them no more. You feel what I'm saying? And those are the niggas, if you go out, their children's are products of what they was. And it's just a whole sequence of things that just keep going on and on and on. And we got what we got now. Yo, movies and music influence your mind. Trust and believe that. That's why I stopped rapping like on some real shit. I stopped talking about drugs and shooting and shit in my raps just because of that. When I learned that and I said to myself, I said, oh, that shit's right. Like I literally on some real shit when Menace to Society first came out, bro. It was me, my homie, and my girl. And we went to see this shit. And going in the movies, all 3 of us was cool. When we came out, this nigga was totally different, bro. And been different since then. And he was just like, bro, that's how you gotta carry it. Like old dog, bro. That's how you gotta carry it. And he lived that life. And I mean, I don't even know what a nigga at now, but that's what he started doing after that. So I got to see hands-on somebody, this shit didn't change this nigga mind just like this in 1 fucking hour and 39 minutes of a movie, bro. So just imagine when you repeat it, you just keep listening to a song, you just keep listening to Eminem. This what these niggas getting high and smoking this shit. They start feeling what these niggas saying. Fuck that shit. They really feeling this shit. Now, man, you probably smoke and drink a little bit, and we right, so this shit don't fuck with us like this. But the nigga who don't do that, the people who we got listening to us, yo, sometimes they take our words in, and then they start feeling the words we saying so much that they're acting on it. You get what I'm saying? That's why I try to put out positive shit, or at least close to positive as I can. You know what I mean? I know we got out female songs. We like to enjoy the lady stuff. But when it comes to some real spitting words and shit, bro, I try to just stay out of the lane of dissing, or I mean, not dissing, but, you know, just turn down the communities, bro. Just turn down our culture, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just more on, you know, some conscious shit, trying to enlighten people on something. And that's the type of music. I mean, we still cuss, don't get me wrong, and we still show attitude when we see fuck shit. But I just try to steer your mind from the fuck shit into something positive. That's how I try to do.
So I definitely want to get feedback from Chloe and Legend, but I want to ask this question when you're talking about you said it's more of them than it is us, and we're talking about the new generation who maybe didn't have a solid foundation for us, 2-parent home, or even 1 parent. They even gave a shit.
Facts.
So what you're saying is, and let's really think about this. The parents of those kids came from our generation. So where was the ball dropped that if we was raised by good parents, not all, but I felt back in our day we had more solid parents, and that's just my opinion. So where was the ball dropped if we was raised good and
Bro,
now these
the
kids
ball
are
was
not?
dropped when TV came out. When TV
been
and
out.
radio, huh?
TV been out.
Yeah, but TV. Think about this, bro.
Internet.
I'm about to break it down for you. TV came out in like the 50s and the 60s, but everybody didn't have TVs then. Everybody, you go back in the day, it was one TV in the house. The programming then wasn't the same. When you got to the 80s, bro, that's when the color television started coming out. And they start making more. You start seeing more TVs. So it's automatic programming in your head. TV is automatic programming. It's television. It's that's what it is. It's programming. Shit start coming out. You start getting X-rated movies. You start getting gang flicks, and then your mind, you sitting there as kids. We was in the 80s watching this shit. We was watching Scarface and fucking The Godfather and shit. We was watching that shit. We implanted this shit in our brains. Some of us, like you and I, we didn't take to the streets like that until we was late. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if you was out there at 15 doing your thing, getting caught up.
No.
You was pretty much, your mom had you like that. I can just tell the type of brother you are. You went to college. You feel what I'm saying? So the streets didn't grab us like this. My mother, bro, when I tell you my mom's didn't let me off the porch, bro, she wouldn't let me off the porch, bro. You get, my mother had shackles on us, bro. Like, me and my brother was in the church, so it didn't matter. He could do what the fuck he wanted to do. But me, I stayed punished for summers, bro, just for me to, so I wouldn't get caught up outside, bro, on some real shit. And it came to the fact where me seeing my father, me being in trouble all the time, like, shit, man, I might as well just walk this halfway straight path. You know what I mean? Just enough that I ain't got to, you know. And granted, I did start selling weed at one point, and I got good at it and started selling a lot of it. But I never left my job, bro. Like, I never quit working. I always had the job, and when I got hurt, that's when the shit picked up. But again, it was circumstances, bro. I was a man, nigga. I fucking cars, house. I was good. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't never buy a house, but I was just in a nice house. My job, nigga, I had a job paying $27 an hour. I was good. You get what I'm saying? So the things in life that transpired for me, I love it. You know what I mean? Me getting hurt, bro, I ain't had to drive for hours no more. I was getting good money, don't get it wrong. And I was able to start my own shit. And that's the blessing right there. Just do your own fucking thing, bro, and make money doing it. So that's the journey. That's like my life journey. And I put some of that shit in my music and shit. But I feel like, bro, on some real shit that, you know, that's where a lot of this shit started. I mean, you look at the gangster era of music, bro. You ain't gonna tell me you ain't start seeing OGs and shit just pop out of nowhere. Then they went into that trap shit. You ain't gonna tell me everybody wasn't a trapper. You get what I'm saying? Then Future came out with these drugs, bro. Everybody's fucking on pills. The kids are on pills, bro. Not the old people. The kids are on pills. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't say that music not influencing the mind, bro. Not at all. You can't say that, bro.
Environment. Chloe, I didn't mean to cut you off, but go ahead, Chloe. I want to hear your response to New.
Oh, I was telling my daughter good night. She come in here and said good night. But I want to say that, yeah, I agree a lot with what he's saying there. Because, you know, it kind of goes back to the other conversation that I want to have with you. But through the generations, yeah, things change. We don't have we were brought up to respect our parents, be fearful of our parents. And even though we feel like we raised our kids the same way, truth is, they ain't scared of us like we were scared of our parents.
My daughter is.
I'm still scared of my mama.
I mean,
Terrified, bro.
like I said, with when y'all were talking about, I didn't make that show when y'all were talking about putting hands on your parents. But like I said in my comment earlier, I never put my hands on my parents. I could say maybe at the time being young, maybe it was out of fear of my parents. But now as an adult, I could say I still wouldn't do it, not out of fear of my parents, but out of fear of God. But we look around at other families and you see kids constantly just knocking the mama out the way and going out the front door anyway, even though she's telling them not to go.
Yep. Listen, what you think, man?
It is generational like that, I think.
What I think about that?
Oh no, I was talking to Les. I want to hear what he got to say about what you said.
I actually agree. Actually, New and Chloe understands. We're actually in agreement. I mean, it's not going to be nothing that I'm looking forward to or nothing that I'm trying to go head first or trying to search for. So I'm not worried about it. I get my peace of mind just from staying distant. So I'm good with how life is progressing in that manner now. And I mean, as far as your question about where the ball was dropped at, I feel like it was dropped because you could really relate to what he was talking about with programming and television and stuff too, and radio, and how music and stuff like that influence the kids and stuff like that or whatnot of the next generation. But I can also say it can be contributed to the system and society with how you have parents constantly be one party, constantly being removed from the household, and it being forced to be placed upon the mother more often than not to raise the child. And with that being done, some of them manage and they do it, but even with doing the best that they can, it's only so much that they can do because they still need the other party's help. And even with needing the other party's help, guess what? The child's still lacking and missing and can still cause them to act out or have frustrations or be going through things that make them feel incomplete or like they didn't have the right sufficient household growing up and could cause a disruption later on down the road in life. Even though their parent can be doing everything possible, it still takes, as they used to tell us, a village to raise a child. But it does take a two-parent household, even if y'all not staying in the same house. As long as you got that same communication or ideals, that works. But you have one caught up in the system doing years and bids. I mean, what can you really do at that point? I mean, you got one struggling to do the best that they can, and the child gonna feel neglected and not having the right time, or the parent not here, they not really getting a chance to interact or show them love because mama working all day long or daddy working all day long. What about me just giving you a hug and a kiss? Like, I need that sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So because of that, that's where you can see them turning to the streets or TV to try to find what's right for them to go through and follow in life, because they don't have the right type of security or the mentality to focus on what mom and dad is giving to me is enough, because I still feel like I'm lacking in life. So,
well, I'm gonna play a song for New, and this question has never been answered. I've asked it several times, and I know what New said earlier. Sometimes those kids that we're actually talking about maybe came up in a broken home, who didn't have two parents here, maybe didn't have a parent to care. But I just can't say that when you speak on the fathers being removed from the house, and a lot of people say it's done intentionally, like, the crack epidemic and all of that, it's still a choice. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I was around during that fucking epidemic. Now, I was a kid, but at the same time, I hear your mama's on crack, all that. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, bro, you gotta understand that this shit felt like dominoes, bro.
No, I will always disagree until somebody can make me understand that.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Listen,
it's still a fucking choice, man. It's still
a choice. But
just
hear me out. Just hear me out, bro. Listen. Was your father in Vietnam?
No.
Your father didn't go to Vietnam?
No, he wasn't.
How about you, legend?
He was old enough to, though.
Oh, nah. Eddie stayed in the USA slinging that DOPE.
Okay. My father was drafted.
Yes.
A lot of motherfuckers was drafted. All right? This was in the 70s, the early 70s, right? 69 or 7, early 70s. He went to Vietnam for 2 years. All right? Drafted. Most of them, matter of fact, him and two of his other brothers were drafted. bro, the shit that they go through and then get sent back home from that Vietnam shit is way different, I believe, than the Iraq shit, right? Well, he came back fucked up. You get what I'm saying? Most of them are our fathers who came back fucked up. You drop it down to the 80s. In the 80s, these men were like 30, right? These are our fathers now. And I'm just going by the neighborhood that I lived in. Most of our fathers kind of hung together because most of them came back from Vietnam, right? Got with some chick in the hood, did their thing, and that's what it was. It's a trickle down effect. They came back to nothing. They came back all fucked up, just like these motherfucking soldiers coming back now from Iraq to nothing. You hear the same shit that's going on with these soldiers in Iraq with the commercials and all this shit in the news of how they being treated and how they not getting the treatment that they need when they home and shit. Bro, it was even worse back then when they came home from Vietnam. What they do? Turn to the streets. If you couldn't get a job at a factory or something, you turn to the streets. And then you introduce crack at the same time. So now it's a way that some niggas gonna just say, fuck it, I can just make some money real quick. And then you went out there and sold this shit and came back in the house and you was a millionaire in a week. And you was like, what the fuck? That turned you into a savage. You know what I mean? Then you start having babies. And these little babies come out little savages, bro. Like that's how the shit trickle down in our blood right now. Like most of us, if you really look at the history, like really go into look at gangsters and look at their children, bro. Some of them make it out, but for the most part, most of them is just as hard as their father were doing the same shit as their parents were. And that shit trickled down. And then you got fathers, now you just locking these kings up, right? After they went and soiled their seed and 2 and 4 chicks. And they got all these little savage ass babies running around in the 90s. And then it just trickled down to what's happening today, bro. Like this shit is like, to me, this shit is like the fucking perfect plan. I don't see how sometimes you don't see this shit. Like we're not, if you understand a GMO, right? And you understand that it's not good for you, then you got to understand that who's supplying this. Okay, the government is giving me GMOs for what? Why are they fucking feeding me this shit? If you understand that water, why do we pay for water when it's a whole ocean out there? Like this shit start to be common sense, and sometimes we start thinking like, yo, the system is really against us. If you can count how many prisons are in America right now, bro, it would fuck you up. It would fuck you up.
Yep.
How many prison system, jails, all that shit, bro? It's thousands of them. Why? Do you think that do you truly think that it's our choice? They give these choices, bro. Crack came in, guns come in. We don't make that shit. That shit comes in. So you really think that it's a nigga's choice? No, it's people's choice who have a choice. But if you don't have a choice, if you living in poverty, if you fucking born in a project building, bro, like in New York, when you come out and it's a long ass hallway left, a long ass hallway right, and you got to get to the elevator to get downstairs, nigga, you in jail, nigga. That's jail, bro. You just in free jail. You can get to go out. It's like weekends and shit. Nigga, projects are jail. So the lowest people live in that shit. Then you got thousands of people in one building, bro. Like, come on, bro. The system is set up real fucked up. And you can go out right now to any suburbs and you can find 1,000 houses, bro. But yet they condense us down into this one little fucking building. Yo, this is set up, bro, to make niggas crazy, bro. And that's why niggas like Legend got the attitude he got.
I can see what he's saying, a lot of that, but at the same time, when you taking it back to Vietnam, okay, that's my daddy's time. And he's a minority. And he didn't get stationed to Vietnam itself to see the wartime. But I can say this, a lot of those guys that when they came back, yeah, they was messed up. But a lot of the reason why they was messed up too is because they was over there doing that new drug they ain't never had before. So it's a mixture of everything. But that's why I can say that I can agree with Boston saying it's still a choice. It may be not a good choice. You got between bad and worse, which one you're going to pick. But it still does boil down to a choice. And you're right with the prisons, because it is a moneymaker for this government. The government is, oh Lord, and the franchise of privately owned prisons, that's the $1 million moneymaker right there. I spoke on that before. I've been in that system. I know. But at the same time, whether I want to admit it or not, or anybody wants to admit it or not, bottom line is we still had a choice.
Agreed.
Now, whether or not you did not have a choice to grow up in the burbs versus the projects, but you got a choice of what to behave as when you live in wherever you was living at.
You only say that, and y'all, I believe y'all only say that because we're not in that situation. But if you was born in the projects, trying to make it out, it's a little bit harder than you think.
I was born in the projects. But go ahead, Les.
Oh, it was. You guys actually did make a good few valid points, because I was just thinking to myself personally, it's more jails within these 5 surrounding counties where we stay in Southeast Georgia than it is hospitals. That just blows my mind, because it shows that they rather lock you up versus help you.
I want to play this song real quick, man, because we spoke on it earlier, and now it makes me want to go back and just listen even more. But we're going to play that Time to Bury. Neutral, New World, the Grown Man album is in stores right now. Y'all make sure y'all go copy it. Salute to everybody on the panel. Y'all sit tight.
I really don't want to dream anymore. Well, the nightmares are visions, and dreams are visions. Just follow my thoughts, and lead your thoughts. I want it all gone. Yeah. Where I start when it's approaching me. But y'all ain't never cope what has broken me. And y'all ain't never asked about the break, cause the focus was the now behind the scenes, it was choking me. Mama did it all, but I look like him. Where the fuck was he when I look back then? Weight up on my chest, I'll adjust that sin. Sometimes I look him in his eyes and it's just say when. Unforgiving thoughts create unstable dreams. Restless sleepless nights, drugs by any means. Wouldn't understand if I kept it clean, so I gotta do them dirty, it's by any means. Crack was the era I was raised in, and dream was the maze that he blazed in. Times I wish I could reach back and save him, other times I wish that bullet didn't graze him. This is not the end of me. Falling like an enemy. Time to bury it on me. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Stress equals anxiety. Anxiety equals health. Sometimes you gotta keep focused. Mama, why I feel like this? How the hell we win the game when the field goal miss? Understand the poverty, I don't feel that shit. He was raised in the same field, he still got mixed. I was there to see it all, flashbacks don't click. And it seeps into my mind like an old school flick. I try to block it out, it seems someone cement that brick. So the visions that are stuck, I'm more to out that shit. And the demons that be working overtime to the left. Try to keep it to the right every time that I step. Used to run, I can feel them breathing out of my chest. Used to tell me cut it off when I was holding my breath. Try to suffocate my thoughts, but they're hard to suppress. Therapists and the meds all hard to digest. Every night you call telling son just get you some rest. Even though I lay it down, I never see through the stress. Unforgiving thoughts create unstable dreams. Weight up on my chest, I'll adjust that sin. Try to suffocate my thoughts, but they're hard to suppress. Weight up on my crack was the era I was raised in. Unforgiving thoughts create unstable dreams. Weight up on my chest, I'll adjust that sin. Try to suffocate my thoughts, but they're hard to suppress. Weight up on my chest, crack was the era I was raised in. This is not the end of me. This is not the end of me.
that you never could sleep. That is a place where the mothers were weak. Cause so many kids dying off in the street. There is never relief. Searching for shelter to keep. They looking for places to sleep. We know the weather get mean. Nowhere that I can get clean. So I'ma just dream. So much that I need. You say that you know what I mean. I ask but I never receive. So I just live on the street. Rap on the beach just to gotta take what they are giving to me. What I make of my people making a we. And you don't know broke unless you in the street. And people are pointing and laughing at me. It's the end of the road, so I gotta get me. And they pull up inside of they bed by they bend. I'm broke, so I gotta get all of they in. They step out and they with a lot of they friends. They drunk and they smell like a whole lot of gin. I walked up upon them like this what it is. I know that you got it, so give me your win. And you look like you got a wife and some kids, so you don't want your life to end. What you expect? I come from the bottom. That's where they keeping me at. So reaching that back, I need all of that cash. And whatever's left in your stash. I know that you're mad, but don't make me get on your ass. I know you want your life to last, cause it can end in the flash. Over a couple of racks, just open the trunk and just get in the back. Shut up, bitch. Get your ass in the motherfucking trunk. Hey, bring your ass over here, nigga. I will bust your motherfucking head, nigga. Get in this motherfucking trunk, nigga. I need this motherfucking money more than you motherfuckers. Fuck you. You owe me, bitch. Now nigga running from the folk. Well, not now. Might well go get a couple more. It's a couple more that a nigga know. And they claim to be real, but they leave when I'm brought to the motherfucker throat. Took a walk in the neighborhood slow. These fuckers, they don't even know. They in the back and they smoking on dope. It's a bunch of them bitches. I can still do it on my own. Jumped a bad fist, had an ounce of the coke with a pound of the gas. Got 40 on the floor. And the white girl seen a nigga coming through the door. Then the cat that I know reached for the folk. Fed a couple go. Hit him in the throat. Then the other white boy reached close to the floor. Let a quick folk go. Pretty sure he gone. White girl still screaming. That ain't last that long. Put the strap to a dome. With a key to the safe. I'ma need that work. Little bitch don't play. If you really wanna live, you will do what I say. Took her back to the safe. Everything went straight. Took every damn dime. 6 pounds of the loud. Around see the nigga that was laying on the ground. But it really loud sound. Now nigga down for the count. I thought I would make my way out. What you expect? I come from the bottom. That's where they keeping me at. So reaching that back, I need all of that cash. And whatever's left in your stash. I know that you're mad, but don't make me get on your ass. I know you want your life to last, cause it can end in the flash. Over a couple of racks, just open the trunk and just get in the back.
Yeah, we back. And I just want to thank everybody for tuning in to the special edition of the Viberoom. We was breaking down the song Your Fault. And we got Chloe. I appreciate the idea, Chloe.
No problem.
This is something that we could do in the future. If anybody have any questions about anything we talk about in our music, just let us know. We don't have no problem breaking it down so you can get an understanding. Definitely want to thank the homie Neutro because you said a lot of real shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like always, ain't nothing new.
My man.
I definitely appreciate you, but I want to give everybody the opportunity to get their final thoughts before we get up out of here. We're gonna start with Chloe.
Well, I want to say thank you. Appreciate you sharing your story with the world. Because you never know who's going to come catch it on the replay.
Yeah.
But say this. You got to do what you got to do to make you feel good when you lay your head down at night on your pillow.
Right.
And boss has to do what boss has to do to make him feel good when he lays his head down too. And if that means staying on your ass, then he's got to stay on your ass. But just know he's doing it out of love. And he has to understand that you're doing it, you're doing what you're doing because you went through it. But again, I appreciate you sharing your story, though.
Hey, thank you, Chloe. Anytime. I don't mind talking a little bit here and there. I know I'm silent. The reason why I'm silent is because I think too damn much all the time because I'm too damn intellectual and I have a lot of thoughts going on in this big fat ass head of mine. And two, I'm always angry, so I don't want to come off and offend anybody because I go through a lot of bullshit. So I just stay silent and mind my business because I try to stay as incognito as possible.
Don't get it twisted. This nigga can talk.
Oh yeah, I can.
When assholes with intellects.
See him too. Birds of a feather flock together. You heard about that in the cast the other night.
We just talked about
but
it.
you a part of us.
New. Final thoughts, bro.
Go out, cop the album. Don't waste no time. It's been out for a week. That shit, hey yo, my daughter told me that I put together a masterpiece, bro.
You did, bro. You did.
I was happy to hear that an 18-year-old thought that. You know what I mean? But appreciate you for coming up. I just want to tell everybody I love y'all. That's everybody, even the people I don't know. That's just how I am.
Most definitely.
Free Unc till they free Unc. If you don't know Unc Fed, you should just look them up. Go cop the album, and I catch y'all on the next one. Y'all know how I do.
Man. Y'all make sure y'all go cop that New World. The Grown Man album is on all platforms. I stamp and approve. It's solid. Legend.
Fire. Oh man, thank y'all tonight, man. This is really big. This is something different for Body Beat Global. You know, we started off just freestyling, rapping, trying to expose the world to our talents of what we can do, and to be here and have this type of love and support, man. We're more than grateful for each and every single one of you, whether or not you popped in, hey, how you doing, or you took a part in the panel and you gave us feedback, or you commented, you liked, you shared. Hey, we appreciate each and every single one of you guys. And if this, like he said earlier, if this is something that you guys want to do in the future, I mean, don't be afraid to, hey, what about this song? We heard this the other day. Or, hey, what about this? We feeling about this. Do you want to? We're more than open to break these down and give you some insight, because we ain't doing nothing but just trying to make sure that we get somewhere and make sure that our kids are taken care of when we rest our eyes. That's all we're trying to do, and leave a legacy behind. I know he is. It's contagious in BTB. That's just how we work, man. We a family, as he always said, and it really is that type of way over here. No hard work. We just love what we do.
Definitely. But again, I want to thank everybody. I don't have to say nothing. I think y'all did a great job. At the end of the day, like Chloe said, do what you got to do to survive in this world. Just make sure you're raising those kids right. That's our biggest concern, because they're the future, man.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Y'all know I'm always in my lives with my song dedicated to my beautiful mother. Rest in peace, my Dukes. I love you. See you when I get there. Appreciate you, New. Y'all be easy.
Word up.
Girl, I am sexy.
Hood with another one.
Hey, yo, Al Dance.
Mama left her son, it took my soul from me. It left your boy at night, empty toilet bowl running. Kept it a whole hundred, paid her dues on old night. Mama from that old she was dope as fuck, a cold woman. I never thought the day would come that I would lose her. Give her the highest praise, we know that is hallelujah. Pimpin', I just gotta do it. So watch me put my step into it. She didn't like that riding music, but this one here gon' keep her grooving. And mama let her hear her baby boy sing. I was singing to my mama till there's no pain. I wish I could go back to the old days. I miss you, mama. I know that you're gone away, but I'ma see you one day. I'ma see you one day. Ain't too much more to say. Just know your baby's okay. I'm okay. I can see you right now. That'll make the pain go away. It'll make it go away. Reaching out now, hoping that you feel no pain, no pain. Mama, I'ma see you one day. I came up about you in the early 80s. 8 pounds, 13 ounces, such a curvy baby. My pops was Gemini, my pops was really light. They say that I was spoiled, they say my mama got it right. Working day and night, my mama, she made a way. Mama love her baby, don't know where she got energy, but what she sent to me, cause I be killing me. Shout out to my precious queen, cause God keep blessing me. And everything she taught me made a better me. And now I'm older now, I done learned my letters. So my manners and my pleasantry. My mama was heavenly, so what I plan to be is gon' take the man in me. She gone away, but I'ma see you one day. I'ma see you one day. Ain't too much more to say.
Body to beat global.
You know we miss you. We always gonna love you.